Hi everyone. Welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings, Ageha's Route, episode 8. And in summary, I'm still not sure what's going on. So once again, in episode 7, we had this little girls' antics movement. So when Hotaru showed up, you had Kanako and Sanae telling Hotaru, "Oh, you're cute. How about you let us One-chans help you out?" And then everything turned towards Aoi, and I think they're trying to, I wonder how I was going to respond to this, and all the girls talk. And thankfully, Kotori shut them down. And I feel that Ageha's part of the problem. So, despite the finals being over, and Ageha and Aoi barely passed, there's still some problems with Aoi trying to confess to Ageha, but Ageha saying, well, I'll think about later. And that's kind of like a no. But then again, it's hard for Aoi to accept no, given that they've been together for a long time. And I wonder, why is Ageha still using Hotaru as like a proxy or a decoy? So right now, Hotaru is spending time with Aoi at Wendy, and she's using the same dialogue and ideas that Ageha follows. So let's hear what Hotaru has to say.
青に知ってるよね。
So what do you mean?
壊される時のあーちゃんのこと。
So I shake my head slightly. So did something happen?
聞いてない？
Nothing. So the only thing we know is that the secret base that they, as in Masasugu, Hotaru, Ageha, Tatsuya, and Aoi, hung out in, it got destroyed in favor of this windy shopping mall. So a shadow crosses Hotaru's face that I have never seen before. So turmoil, fear, realizing she let something slip, all those things are mixed up in her expression. So come on, so what is it? So did something happen? So what else? And aside from Ageha, I haven't heard anything from Anchan or Makun either. So something happened, didn't it? And just from looking at Hotaru's expression, it's obvious. So it's something that she doesn't want me to know.
ごめんなさい。
Well, I'm not angry. It's Ageha's business, right? So basically it's something that I don't know about, isn't it?
青兄が知らないなら、そうだよ。
I thought so. So why didn't you tell me? So Hotaru responds timidly but firmly.
あーちゃんが言ってないなら、私からはダメ。
So out of respect for Achan, I can't disclose this to you.
あんちゃんもマー君も言ってないのは、多分同じ理由。
So without thinking, I clench my fist. So 1 year it's been since I returned to this town. And I thought that I already managed to fill its vacuum I left when I gone away. But there's still things I don't know, and that are being hidden from me. So everyone got their stories straight behind my back. So what is this thing? So what happened?
知りたい？
Yes, I want to know, so tell me.
じゃあ、一つお願い聞いて。
Okay.
今度一日デートしてください。
Huh? So what does this have to do with the secret being revealed. So you mean us? That kind of date?
はい、そのデート、一緒に行きたいです。
Well, that's your trade-off?
はい、汚い手段です。でもやります。デートしてくれたらお話します。
What? No, I can't do that. Ageha is no longer just another person to me. And even if it wasn't her sister, I can't just go out on a date with another person.
ダメですか?
So no? I'm sorry.
わかりました。では、別な手を考えます。
Hey.
諦めません。
So I prefer that you would.
ここは引いてはいけないと、私の中の女が叫びます。
Wait, what woman?
ケツキックが得意そう。
Well, that's the woman who's living in your house, right? Though I guess around this time she's working on the first floor in Himegi Sports. So I guess if she's living at yours, it's dangerous for me.
危ないのです。ですからデート。
Well, I told you, I can't do that. I say clearly, then place my hand on Hotaru's head.
なんでなでは、卑怯。
So you're such a cute little Hotaru, aren't you? Cute little one?
いやー、ずるい。
That's not fair. Well, I'm sorry. Instead of the date, you'll have to be satisfied with this then. So me patting your head. And I'll just have to ask Ageha myself. But if that doesn't work, I'll ask you again, okay? So Hotaru nods, her face completely serene. Well, of course, I'll call Ageha as soon as I part from Hotaru. So can you talk?
いいよ。
So are you busy?
どうってことない作業だからいいよ。
Right. Well, it's nothing to do with what we talked about the other day.
あれ？違うんだ。
So what is it? So before that, there's something I want to ask you about. So, are you hiding something from me?
隠す？何を？
So something to do with the secret base that we had. And I can tell clearly that Ageha has caught her breath. Well, after I went away, something happened, right?
何も。
No, nothing. Well, look, you can try to gloss over it. You can keep silent, but please don't lie. I don't want to be lied to someone that I like. And when I say that, Ageha falls completely silent. So what happened? And back when I had to change schools, when the secret base was destroyed, it was then, right? And it's something that you can't tell me. So Ageha still doesn't say anything. And why do you keep it from me until now? So why is it something that you can't tell me if it's something you think that would hurt me? Something like this.
そういうのじゃないよ。
Nothing? Like that. So why can't you tell me then? Well, if you don't tell me, I'll find out on my own. I'll find some other way.
誰にそのこと聞いたの？マボ？ホタル？
So who kind of gave you the hint? So what difference does it make? So it doesn't matter where I got the information from.
関係あるよ。
Well, don't change the topic. So you're hiding a lot from me, aren't you? So you told me the other day that there are things best not to know, but that doesn't sit well with me. Well, anyways, at the moment, I'm getting a little hot-headed. I won't delve any deeper than this. So I regain my cool at the moment, like this is a remnant of my racing days. So next time I see, we're going to have a talk face to face and you're going to tell me, okay? And with that, I hang up. And I thought Ageha would say something, but in the end, she stays silent. So this makes me even more irate than before, or irate. Before I call her, so I take out my cell phone again, and then I immediately make another call. Okay, so he calls Hotaru. It's like, well, what we talked about before, it's okay. And I'll take you on a date, just the two of us, let's go out somewhere. Okay, so he changes his mind. He's like, okay, Hotaru, I will accept the offer.
"では、みんな、夏休みの間も無茶なことはしないように、怪我をせず、健康に健全に."
Okay, so today is the official last day of class before the summer vacation.
終わったー！夏休みだー！
So after having a school assembly in the morning, we return to our classroom to take homeroom, and with that, the first term is over. And it's time for summer vacation. And finally, time for my second summer. And with the luck soon, our dreams will come true. But still, alright, I'm going to head out.
頑張ってね。
So I told Kotori that I'm heading out to do glider training. Okay, so Kotori's not angry anymore about Aoi dozing off like what happened yesterday. Well, actually, I was meant to make up for the training that I didn't do during the exams by doing intense training afterwards. And still seems that Kotori has sensed something is not right. So she looks back and forth between me and Ageha. Okay, so Kotori can sense that something isn't right. And I haven't spoken to Ageha, not at all, starting from this morning. And both Ageha and I haven't said a word to each other. Ageha, having so many friends, chats normally to everyone else as if nothing has happened. And for my part, I try to act normal, but I wonder if it was successful. And I've been uncomfortably or uncontrollably irritated since that phone call. So what is she hiding from me? And too irritated to even consider asking her about it again. And that's why I... Okay, so he goes and meets with Hotaru. So a small figure approaches frantically, pedaling a cute little bike.
ごめんなさい。遅れた。待った？
No, so you have a long way to travel, so it's fine. So getting ready takes a long time for you as well.
準備はしてた。でも。
So what's that thing under your clothes? So Char turns red. She is cute. Well, don't tell me. You bought a new one.
いえ、
So no?
はい。
So there's no need to go that far.
いえ。サイズも変わってきたからちょうどよかったの。
Okay. Ah, so you've grown up, haven't you?
青にやらしい。
Hey, you are giving me that suspicious glare. Well, my bad. I honestly feel a little bad. Okay, so shall we then?
はい。
So her face is so red, it looks like she's suffering heat stroke. Okay, so let's get there quick so we can cool down.
はい。
Okay, so they go back to this beach area. And if you remember, this is where Ageha first talked about as a way to cool down from the hot summer. And obviously it's the same place where they throw people in the water as a test of wits. So this was on Hotaru's request.
母ちゃんからみんなで遊んだって聞いて来てみたかったの。
And I wonder if Hotaru has visited here before. Well, maybe she did, and she also got the throw in the water dunk. Oh yeah, that's right. So Hotaru wasn't around those times, was she? I was just thinking that it would be nice to go for a swim, so it's perfect. And for the time being, we put down our things and get ready to swim. And I wore my bathing suit underneath my clothes, so all I have to do is take off my shirt and pants. So I start doing stretches myself. And from what Hotaru said before, she also wore her bathing suit underneath her clothes, so she should be ready momentarily. So of course, I only see this out of the corner of my eye. I don't do anything sleazy. So I make sure not to look and patiently wait, and then...
お待たせです。
So what does Hotaru look like? So shyly making her thin body seem even more thin and small, Hotaru walks up to the water edge. Hotaru doesn't seem to have that kind of personality, so she doesn't scream out when she gets into the water. But still, while she lightly splashes her feet in the water, she gives me a bright smile that I've rarely seen. Alright, so do it. And of course, we do what we must do. And the patented soaring club leap from the rock face. So I think this time Aoi is the one that gives Hotaru the throw in the water. Oh, don't cling. So holding her in my arms, flinging her into the water with all my strength. Okay, so Hotaru does it officially. And I make a laugh, or I make a tough guy pose, then jump into the water after her. So I hope Hotaru's alright. But it looks like she survived. So after swimming around for about an hour, Hotaru gets out of the water and takes a break to stretch her arms and legs. So another sight I rarely see from her, a smile that shows total liberation. So are you tired?
ちょっとまだドキドキしてる。
So it's good that you stayed curled up when you jumped. If you let your arms and legs flail all over, you might have belly flopped.
怖い。
So the fact that you overcome that means you're one of us now. So compared to stalling in a glider, jumping from a rock is nothing.
やっぱり飛ぶの？
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to fly in the sky. When I look up, there's nothing but the sky in my sight. So into the sky with the wings that we have created, I'm going to fly. So we, the Soaring Club, and everyone who helped us out. I mean, everyone. So, Hotaru? It's probably alright if I was to ask about that thing now.
青兄、さっきから目がエッチ。
So she says something completely unexpected, so I slightly lose composure.
でも私、青兄の好みじゃないよね。
So am I not a fit for you? So I can see that you're kind of admiring me in some way, but I'm missing something. Wait, no. It's not like that.
だって青兄の好みってあーちゃんみたいに胸大きい女の子でしょ？
So I can feel that you prefer Ageha because her chest is bigger. Well, that's not how I judge girls. Come on, it's not just what their body looks like.
じゃあちっちゃいのが好み？
So how about you go for smaller people like me? Well, can you stop talking about that big and small?
大きすぎず小さすぎず形よく感度よく青兄、胸の好みうるさい。
So basically, you're really picky. You don't really care much about the size, or like the size is only one factor, but you also care about the shape, right? No, don't talk like that. I'm sort of some kind of chest consignor.
おっぱいソムリー。
So Tara looks at her reflection in the water.
私成長したよね。
So, do I have the right portions or the right proportions? I guess. Well, I feel uncomfortable staring straight at them, so I slightly avert my gaze. But I can still see them quite clearly in the corner of my eye. And I thought it when I first saw her in the swimsuit, but they're prettier than I had imagined.
ちゃんと見てない。
Hey, so you were looking. Well, if I look, you'll call me a pervert, right? Oh, so it's more like, oh, I see that you're trying to avert looking at me. It's like, well, if I do, then you'll classify me as a pervert, so either way, I lose.
言わないからちゃんと見て。
Well, you're not looking properly, so... Hey, you shouldn't say such risky things. I might get the wrong idea because I'm a guy.
青兄になら誤解されてもいい。
Again, with that sort of thing.
本気。
Hey? Hotaru's eyes glisten, her eyelids drop slightly. So, in so doing, she seems to become a different person, enchanting. So apparently, Hotaru's going into her charming looks to... I'm not sure why she wants to attract Aoi. She has the same appeal that Ageha had when we kissed.
この前はあーちゃんに言われてだったし、青兄もそう。
So apparently, Achan told me about what happened the other day.
でも今は違うよ。誰もいないし、二人きり。何しても大丈夫だよ。私はいいよ。何されてもいいって、そういうつもりで私来たよ。
Hey, that's, So my heart races strangely. Wait, wet skin, wet hair. And she's totally grown into a woman with fine textures. And before I picked her up, like it was nothing, but even now I still clearly recall the feel of her firm, yet soft skin. So her bathing suit clings onto her wet skin, her modest, yet shapely body, her exposed legs, and her lips. And they're the same shape as Ageha's, waiting for me, lustrous. And I wonder if Hotaru wants a kiss from Aoi. So Hotaru closes her eyes completely.
頭なでなではダメ。
Okay, I want something more than a pat. So, having been beaten to the punch, my hand freezes in midair.
子供扱いしないでちゃんとして。
So I want to be looked at more than just a little kid. But still, well, to be honest, Hotaru's also really cute. And putting all that flattery aside, she really has turned into a beautiful girl. And her body has developed completely into a woman, and she's pretty. And unlike Ageha, she's not impossible to read, and she doesn't drive me nuts. And my heart races in the same strange way as it did with Ageha. No. I think, this is Hotaru and not Ageha. So unlike Ageha, Hotaru's all sweet and kind. And her eyes, the shape of her face, her lips, they're almost the same. And knowing that if I was to touch those lips, I could feel the same sensation as I felt before, I instinctively get heated. But so they resemble each other. She resembles her more than anyone else in the world, but she still isn't Ageha. So Taru slowly opens her eyes. She had been holding closed. She gazes with a deep, straight glitter in her eye, which makes me almost falter. So I'm overcome by her docile, reserved nature.
してくれないの？
Well, it's too much for Aoi to handle given the situation. So feeling as if I'm going to be pulled into her eye, or her whole body, I remain silent.
やっぱりあーちゃんじゃないとダメ？
So I guess it's because I'm not Achan. So Hotaru asks without changing her expression.
いいよ、してもあーちゃんにしたのと同じこと。
Hey, the same thing. Wait, now.
どういうことしたの？
So, wait a minute, you're trying to trick me, right, into talking?
すごいことしたんだよね。
Well, that's,
あーちゃんね、この間いきなりすごい雨が降った日、ものすごく浮かれて帰ってきたの。
Oh, okay, so even if Ageha didn't tell Hotaru what really happened, Hotaru can sense something different from Ageha. It's like, well, I see her all happy and excited despite it being a pretty gloomy day with the rain. And that makes no sense.
私とかお母さんの前じゃ真面目にしようとしてたけど、自分じゃ気がついてないみたいで、ニヤニヤヘラヘラぼーニタニタ洗面所で葵なんてつぶやいて大慌てで顔洗って、
Okay.
夜もしばらくベッドの上でゴロゴロしてた。
That sounds a little bit like Aoi on our side.
もぞもぞゴロゴロしてる音がしばらくしてて、静かになって寝たかなって思ったら、部屋出て洗面所行って顔洗って、
Or more like Aoi's side.
また部屋に戻ってきてもぞもぞゴロゴロ。それが3時間と12分53秒くらい続いた。
And I kind of like how Hotaru's being so time accurate on how long Ageha has been excited. So the fact that you observe all that is quite something.
見た目は姫にホタル。でもその正体は姫にホタル。
Well, that's the same thing.
あーちゃん、いつもアオニーのことばっかり。うちじゃ何かにつけて、アオニー、アオニー。葵がね、葵なら、葵のやつがさ、正直飽きました。うんざり。甘ったるくて胸焼けマックス。
So apparently, Ageha is so excited to the max, to the point where she thinks nothing except for Aoi, and it's kind of irritating Hotaru.
だから、私がアオニーとくっついちゃえば、この胸焼けも収まると思ったの。
So, I wanted to see how great you were and what makes you so perfect that it makes Ageha or Achan super duper excited. In saying this, Hotaru pokes her face towards me and closes her eyes as if appearing for a kiss. Or appealing, but... well, I'm sorry. I can't do this. So I lightly grab Hotaru's shoulders and push her away from me.
私じゃダメ?
So you're telling me that I'm not as good as Achan? Well, I don't answer straight away, but slowly close my eyes. And when I do this, behind my eyelids a face that resembles Hotaru's, but which enchants me 1,000 times more comes to surface. So I think someone else is around, and let's see who this is. Well, I can't betray the girl I like. Okay, so in his mind, I was still thinking about Ageha. And when I put it into words, I feel a fire that I haven't felt until now. And I like you, Hotaru. You're grown up into a cute girl, or I do feel attracted to you. But I've liked Ageha since a long time ago.
今、うまくいってない。
Yeah, well, she's driving me nuts. And it's just that thing I don't know bothers me so much. And if it was someone I didn't care about, it wouldn't be such a big deal.
じゃあ、私、ダメ?
So am I not good? No, well, if I didn't know Ageha, I would totally fall for you seriously. And I pat her on the head.
そんなにあーちゃんがいいんだ。
Yeah, well, I do.
そう。
So will she cry, get angry, I wonder? She laughs.
よかった。
Well, it's good.
私、青兄のこと好きだけど、あーちゃんも好き。あーちゃんのこと好きな青兄が好き。
So, in reality, I do like your engagement with Achan, so you and Achan being together.
二人が一緒にいるのを見てるのが好きなの。青兄があーちゃんのこと嫌いになったら、私も青兄のこと好きじゃなくなってたと思う。だから、よかった。
Well, really? Seriously?
そう。あーちゃんがあんなに嬉しそうにしてるの久しぶり？青兄が戻ってくるまでうちの中だとあんまり笑わなかったの。
Well, she didn't?
そう。友達はたくさんいるけど、うちに遊びに来る人いないし、遊びに行く人もいなかった。
Okay, it's like, well, she does have friends, but not really close. So now that you mention it, Ageha did say that, well, she doesn't have anyone she would call a close friend.
あの事件からしばらく笑わなかったし。
So the incident. So the thing to do with the secret base.
後で教えてあげる。
Well, tell me now.
ダメ。青兄をじらして遊ぶの。
So you shouldn't be so mean to people.
危ないことしてみたい年頃です。
Well, I can be a little bit bad. I'm at that age. Well, you're still a little young for that, aren't you?
青兄、お父さんみたい。
Well, then again, so Hotaru's only 1 year under Aoi and Ageha, so she's not really that young.
無理強いされると逃げたくなります。私、天の弱。
Well, did you pick up that from your sister then?
似た者姉妹。
Yes. And at that moment... So behind us, a startling sound. So what happened? Ageha opens her eyes wide and lets out a loud scream. And surprised by her reaction, I also let out a sound of an alarm. And at the next instant, so before I turn around, I see it reflected in Hotaru's wide eyes. And from within the water, it appears to be a goblin. Wait, who are you calling a goblin? Oh, so it's the genuine goblin. So splashing water high in the air, charging at us from in the water, the goblin, Ageha. Well, there's no mistake, it's Ageha, the girl of the hour. Wait, so why are you... Well, I know something isn't right. Well, how did Ageha figure it out? Oh, okay. So I had to find some way to sneak up on you. And as she says that, she lunges at Hotaru and picks her up. Hey. So when I say that, Ageha gives me a terrifying glance. And I start to sweat. So apparently I was two-timing with Hotaru and Ageha found out. And while still holding up Hotaru, Ageha, like a gust of wind, she disappears. So, having totally lost my wits, I dry off, change, and pack up Hotaru's things and then wait. Well, I didn't have to wait long. Oh, hello! Welcome back!
Aoi!
So she rushes at me without any explanation and comes up super close. And actually, we are basically nose to nose, and the only thing I can see is Ageha's eyes. So, what happened to Hotaru? So I tied her up in her bathing suit and then abandoned her at some crazy roughhousing. So does she really think so? So anyways, you didn't do anything, right? No, nothing. I almost did, but I caught myself at the last moment, so you're fine. I didn't do anything. I'm honest. Anyways, if I did or I didn't, it has nothing to do with you, right? Well... How? Because you're messing with my sister. Well, your sister? So you mean you're not concerned about me? So Ageha firmly shuts her mouth, and then she steadily turns red. So wait, what are we doing, Ageha? So I already said it. I can't have expressed my feelings any more clearly. So what about you? You still haven't properly given me your answer, so we're strangers, right? So whatever I do with Hotaru, you don't have the right to complain. That makes sense, that's true. So as Ageha falters, it's my turn to come in close to her. And now it's fine. So let me hear your answer. I like you. I want to go out with you. How about that? So Ageha's eyes dance back and forth as she twitches her cheeks and mouth. And making various faces and puckering her lips. Her face goes completely red and looks like it's about to burst. It looks as if steam is about to burst from the top of her head. And screaming, she flips her body over into the water. So she jumps in. Huh? Hey? So she's not wearing a bathing suit. So she makes a loud noise as she tries to swim for the sea and sinks. So a shiver runs down my spine and I hurriedly rush in after her. So I rush in, dive, swim towards Ageha as fast as possible. And all my clothes, I'm still wearing them, so they cling onto my body. And now that I've done it, oh man, I'm going to drown. And my feet found the bottom. I kick up and jump out, I gasp for air.
何してるの?
Okay, so directly next to me, Ageha is floating normally. Well, I guess if you scantily clad swimming is no problem. But...
いや、ごめん。
Well, I almost drowned.
本当にごめん。
Well, I'm soaked.
ごめん。
So Ageha is just as wet. And the sun is still high in the sky. If we lay out in the sun, we'll dry relatively quickly. So we decided to do that. So if it was the ocean, the salt would be a big problem. Luckily, it's a lake, though.
うん。
And as if her personality was cleaned by the lake, Ageha's acting uncharacteristically docile.
助けてくれたんだ。
Well, of course I did.
ごめん。いろいろ。
Well, you don't have to apologize for jumping in the lake, but for everything else. So what's up with you anyways, since the other day you've been acting so weird? And if we hadn't known each other for so long, I'd be really angry right now, but it's at the point where I would like to say, well, this girl's not worth it. So maybe I'll go to Hotaru then?
まだ怒ってない?
Well, I'm a bit irritated, but more than angry, I just want to know what's going on.
そっか。
So Ageha lets out a sigh of relief. So I wasn't lying when I said I was irritated.
うん。
And even though I expressed my dissatisfaction, Ageha doesn't really change her expression. So after behaving like she's in deep thought for a moment, she lets out one step towards me and with a serious face opens her mouth.
ホタルとキスしたの?
No?
じゃあ、私とする?
Wait, why do you say this?
キスしたいでしょ?
So when she puts her face this close to me...
私もしたいの.
Hey, look. I tried to take her to call, but my words lose their strength. It's almost the same situation as before. So we're both wet, standing close to each other. And by this time, the sunlight helps me maintain my senses. So you're trying to throw me off balance?
それもあるよ.
Well, that's honest.
葵には嘘はつかないから.
But you lie to other people.
うん。嘘まみれだよ、私.
I know. So yeah, I'm stating to get that actually. Or starting to get that. But you are lying to me.
嘘はついてないよ。本当のこと言ってないだけ.
So why won't you tell me then?
言いたくないから.
Because I don't want to? So why not?
葵も足のことを言ってくれなかったでしょ? それと同じ.
Oh, okay. So the leg. Oh, okay, yeah.
嫌いだから言わないんじゃないの。嫌だから隠してるわけじゃないの。言いたくないこと、言えないことあるんだよ。
But I came out with my feelings, didn't I? I told you I like you, and that's what I want to go out with you.
うん。
Well, of course, I want to kiss the person I like, and that's why I want to kiss you.
私も葵とキスがしたい。
which means you like me, right?
私は葵とキスがしたいの。
Well, that's not what So what happened now with Ageha being all crazed up? So when I'm about to get fed up with saying the same things over and over, Ageha sneezes like a toy.
寒い。ずぶ濡れになったから冷えた。
Oh, seriously? I look up at the dazzling sun and then back down at Ageha.
冷えた。このままだと風邪をひく。
So you're trying your utmost to deceive me, right?
帰ろっか。
So either she doesn't want to tell me or she's hiding something. Either way, I can tell that I'm not going to get any further with this at the moment.
葵とキスは本当にしたいんだよ。
Well, whatever. Well, I know it's not good, but I reply like this anyways.
優しいね、葵は。
Well, I'm just acting like I always do.
じゃあいつも優しいんだ。
Well, it depends on who you're talking to.
ふーん。
So, without fully understanding the meaningful expression on Ageha's face, I hold my hand out to her. Well, I don't actually think you will, but it would be bad if you caught a cold, so I'll just walk you home then.
ありがとう。
So Ageha takes my hand with her slender fingers. So because we're both soaked, anyone walking past will think we're weird.
別にいいじゃん。私たちが楽しければ。
Well, are you having fun then?
うん、とっても。
So with that, she smiles innocently. Wait, so shall we go?
あー、待って。
So what else? So suddenly she takes her hand away and then leaves it that way. Okay, the kiss. So the soft sensation briefly skims my lips again.
私としたかったんでしょ。
Yeah. So Ageha sniffs or smiles coyly.
それじゃあ家まで案内お願いします。
Now, take me home. For someone who was just saying she might have a cold, you seem awfully chipper. Or maybe Ageha lied.
クッシ
And she faked a sneeze.
ュン。葵のシャツで鼻かんでもいい？
So can you help me blow my nose? Well, do whatever you want. Jeez. So if we walk home in the sunlight, we should be dry by the time we get there. Okay. But walking with Ageha's hand in mine like this, I don't know why, but it seems we walked slower than usual. Okay, so it's the next day. So in the actual version, there's actually an NH scene that happens during the part when Ageha comes out from the waters in the lake and decides to capture Hotaru and send her home. And that does help explain why Ageha started to open up to Aoi and mention that, well, I kind of like you, and the surprise kiss at the end of the lake event. So I think it happens right after when Ageha asks, oh, so do you do it to Hotaru? And then I was like, no. So will you do it to me then? And that's why it makes sense in the full version. But anyways, we're past that, and hopefully the relationship becomes much more smooth going from here. So morning. Alright. So I jump straight out of bed, and my whole body is full of energy. And finally, summer vacation begins. So there's so many things that I have to get to work. Okay, so let's do this. So I start making breakfast, and because it's summer vacation, everyone won't wake up for a little while, but still. So I have to head off to the secret base, so I get everything prepared. And I make an assortment of dishes that I can basically be eaten by just heating them up in the microwave. Okay. So cut the cabbage at an amazing pace. Well, if I don't say so myself. And the other girls in the dorm, Kotori, the Kazata sisters, they aren't waking up, are they? And even though from today we can focus on our attention to the glider.
Wow.
Okay, so Hat is awake. Oh, Hat, so you come at the right time. So I pick Hat up and hold him in my arms. So I need you to hear me. So even if you don't want to, I need you to hear something, so I'll just take up a bit of your time. So I have a girlfriend. And I had definitely told the girls at... So the guys at the all-boys school, I went to that. I was going to go to a co-ed school and get a girlfriend. And it's actually happened. So Ageha Himegi, the cute, enticing girl. And we're not strangers anymore. So we've done this and that and so much. So mutual love. So what do you think? So you wish you could be the same, right?
Quack.
I don't know, says Hat. Somehow, Hat seems to be quacking in a way that says he couldn't care less. It's like, well, whatever. So, mutual love. You're right. After putting it into words, I feel uneasy. And in the end, yesterday, all we had to do was a kiss. I still don't get to hear Ageha's feelings though.
Ohayo. 早いのね.
Okay, so Kotori's up. Oh yeah, I guess. Even though it's the holidays, I still have a lot to do.
久しぶりに誰も起きていないところをうろうろしようと思ったのに。
Well, what will you achieve by just laying around?
うろうろすること自体が目的よ。
By being lazy?
もうしばらくずっと部屋の中以外で一人きりになんてなってなかったから。
So, well, you've been busy doing other things, right?
これからがいよいよよ。
Well, exactly.
だから夏休み初日の今日ぐらい一人きりになれると思ったんだけどな。
So, today's my day off. I just want to be here, being all lazy, so... Oh, I'm sorry. Well, don't mean to intrude.
いいわよ。おかげであったかい朝ごはん食べられるし。
But at least I get breakfast. So after eating, will you go out then?
そうね。あの二人も起こして。
Okay, so wake up the other two people, so the twins. Oh, message? So Ageha now talks to Aoi. I have a slight feeling of unease. So it's from Ageha. She says, bring Kotori and let's see, to the secret base immediately.
あら、命令？珍しいわね。
So why?
で、それだけ？
Yeah, so that's it, just like her. Sorry, Kotori, I lied. So actually, the last part.
私のものなんだから、来るわよね。
Well, that was the last part. It's like, well, you and Kotori come together to the secret base right now. So without reading the last part, I immediately delete the message. I can't have anyone else reading that.
私と葵くんだけで、風と姉妹は呼んでないのね。
So just us? Not the sisters? It seems that way. but we can't just leave them here. So I round up everyone and head towards the secret base.
なんでしょうね。
So why so early?
アゲハ先輩のことだから、また何か新しいことを思いついたのかも。まったく、会長差し置いて何やってんだか。葵くん、あなた知らない？
Do you know? Well, I haven't heard anything. And why do you think I would know? Because he's closest to Ageha?
そりゃあ、ねえ。ですよね。
And the other girls agree. Hey.
そういうことです。
Plus Hotaru. Wait, again? So this is increasingly coming out at unexpected times. So were you okay yesterday?
昨日までの私は、あーちゃんの手にかかって天に召されました。ナムナムアーメン。
So I did experience torture from Ageha or Achan. So receive various forms of retribution, I guess.
そしてここにいるのは神聖ホタル、略してシル。
Well, that's stupid. I don't get you.
滴ります。ポタポタと、じっとりと、ねったりと。
So do you even know what you're talking about?
そう。
Jeez. So in this way, she really resembles her sister.
で、結局、あなたたち付き合ってるの？はい。
No.
と言いたいところなのですが。なんだ。うわ、びっくりした。落ち着きなさい。青兄が受け入れてくれないの。ダメじゃない。
Well, she didn't say yes yet. So what? Am I not good enough?
当たり前でしょ。女の子の望みを聞いてあげないなんて。
So don't destroy someone's dreams and hopes. Well, you think this is funny, don't you?
さあ。
Maybe?
久しぶりに食らった。
Well, that's what you get. It's punishment for acting stupid.
それでホタルさん、なんでハバネ先輩を名指しで呼んでるのかご存知ですか？
Well, I want to know what about that too.
私も知らないの。
Well, I guess if we don't talk to Ageha, we won't know.
でも今日もモーニンググローリー来ませんでしたね。
Well, if it comes now, we'd be in trouble, so we're not prepared for that event yet. So if we want to get the glider finished on time, we need to get things clear with Ageha.
ほーい、待ってたよ。
Okay, so we're now inside the secret base slash hangar slash dock with Ageha, and we'll see what happens next in the next episode. So, I'm not sure why Ageha would give an emergency notification to everyone, or just I always like, well, I need you right now. So it's probably something good, and I can sense that because we see Amane in the picture. So anyways, in this episode, we can see that Aoi is starting to get a little bit closer to Ageha. And I think that the reason why Hotaru was involved was because she's wondering why Aoi is such a great person. And Hotaru revealed that, well, Ageha has been endlessly excited about Aoi coming back and being with him, to the point where it's starting to irritate Hotaru herself. And then she kind of wonders what kind of person Aoi is. And I feel that Hotaru is somewhat attracted to Aoi to some extent. But then Hotaru is like, well, I do like it that you're with my sister Achan, and having Achan and Aoi together. So hopefully we can get some more clarification about what's going on and what Ageha is hiding from Aoi with regards to the secret base and the fact of it being destroyed. So, with that in mind, I'll see you in the next episode.